What's up, guys? Hope you guys are having a great start to your Saturday. I just walked outside and could not believe the temperature, and I mean, it is just, if you live in Central Florida, it is just beautiful out here this morning. I mean, it's great. I want to make a video today on the Honda Talon. You know, now that my hype has kind of calmed down and my me being excited has kind of hit a little bit of a low after I slept. I wanted to talk about some pros and cons, you know, from my 30-mile adventure that I took on, that I drove yesterday. This is going to be stuff that my buddy Darren noticed and myself. I did not prepare for this video at all, and I'm just kind of gonna wing it and just kind of think of some stuff. So one con that I noticed is, guys, actually, let me explain the Talons in the packages first. So guys, I bought the Talon R. So now in 2020 there are three packages: the X, the R, and the Fox Live Valve. The differences between the three, sorry, the X is like the base model. It is not. It is 4 inches narrower than the R, and there's really nothing too special about it. You know, the suspension is a little bit different. It's a little more. I don't think the shocks are as long, but yeah, guys, it's just kind of the base model Talon. But the Talon R is the next step up. The Talon R is 4 inches wider than the X. Has a different shock setup. I believe it's 4 inches more travel in the front and either 6 or 8 more inches of travel in the rear. And guys, this thing rides like it's crazy. It's just awesome. The Fox Live Valve has a shock setup that is really pretty cool. If you haven't seen one yet, Honda and Talon had one there yesterday. It just came off the truck when I got there to pick this one up. And guys, the shocks on that thing are crazy. Like, they're, well, I mean, doesn't have anything to do with it, but they're powder coated the same color. You know, as you can see on these, they're not powder coated the same color as the machine as I'd like them to. I would like them to be, but which is okay. I can deal with the silver. I might have the upper and lowers and springs powder coated here one day to match the machine, because I really think they should. But guys, the shocks on that thing, I asked the manager, they are $2,200 a piece. So just by themselves, there's $8,800 worth of shocks on that machine, and it's wild. But these shocks, they have electrical connectors going to them. I know they are module controlled. They have their own computer. Each one of them goes to this computer and it detects ride quality. It's just crazy how they work. I'm not sure if they come in just the X or just the R. I don't know if they come both. I haven't figured that out yet. I actually considered buying that one yesterday instead of this one, but I didn't feel like spending $3,000 or $4,000 more, because I got mine kind of as they called it a leftover, but it was a beginning of the year 2020 that for some reason they could not sell. It was the only one left. So I just went ahead and bought this one. I love it. I have no complaints about it. Actually, I got a few, but so guys, I'm gonna talk about the cons first. Cons of this machine is the steering. The turning radius on this machine sucks. Honda could have worked on that a little bit better. I'm not sure if the X has a better turning radius than the R, and if the Live Valve is going to have a better turning radius than, sorry, there's a kid screaming behind me, or if the Fox Live Valve is going to have a better turning radius than the rest of them. I haven't figured that out yet. I will let you guys know, but as of right now, the turning radius sucks, and it's awful. Second thing is, it's kind of a safety feature, and I shouldn't really complain about it. The seatbelt has to be on for it to give it full power. As you can see here, I kind of just laid my seatbelt across the seat. It's kind of uncomfortable for me, but I really didn't care yesterday. I was so excited to get out and get riding. But yeah, the seatbelt has to be connected for it to give you full power. It'll tack out at 3,000 RPMs if it doesn't. And the same with the passenger. If there's a passenger in the passenger seat, it has to be connected. There ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It will not let you go anywhere. But yeah, that's the second thing. Third thing is kind of the final and last thing. Actually, I do have one more, but the speedometer, it's kind of plain Jane. Honda could have done this a little bit better. You know, Can-Am speedometer is a little bit nicer than this one, I think. But it's kind of cool. Honda, there are some aftermarket options out there that kind of utilize all this space right here. Let me turn this off. Kind of utilize all this space right here to put a nav screen in, so that's pretty cool, and I think I'm probably going to invest in that here soon. I did buy a rear bumper and a front bumper, lower A-arm and upper A-arm guards, CV axle guard. I did buy a bunch of junk for this thing yesterday. I spent like another probably $1,500 last night to buy accessories for it. Another con that I kind of don't like. I really wish Honda would have done a little bit. I have the Grom part here, I'm sorry. I really wish Honda would have done a little bit better job with the rear of this machine. I don't know, it's kind of, I don't like the rear of it. I never have. The front of it looks nasty, but the rear, I mean, I think they could have done a lot better. They do have a good, what they did with the bed here, it's not really a bed, but the storage, if you will. What they did here, you know, they made it to where you can fit a good sized cooler in there, and I do find that great. But they could have done a little bit better with the design in the rear of the machine. But other than that, guys, I mean, I love this thing. Oh, and the other thing is, another con, the motor's completely exposed. I really wish Honda would have done something different here, but you know, if for some odd reason, I doubt it'll happen, but if for some odd reason you're going like, I don't know, 60, 70 miles an hour, and you hit a stick the wrong way, and a big one, and it just goes right through the side of something, you know, that could be pretty crappy. Like I said, I doubt it will happen, but it could. Don't rule out the possibility of it not happening. So Honda, if for some reason any of you that work for Honda see this, you know, tell them that they need to find some kind of cover or something to go in between the motor and the outside of the machine. All right, so now let's get to the pros. Without cussing, this thing is not cussing hard, but this thing is fast as hell. Guys, I was doing 70 plus miles an hour over bumps yesterday, and it handled it like an A plus. I gave it an A plus on handling. With the power steering, I believe it's electric. Power steering and the shock setup, Honda hit this right on the head. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a more perfect ride. I drove a Can-Am X3, and it is nothing compared to this machine. You know, besides speed, I know the Can-Am X3 has a top speed like 101 miles an hour, which is kind of retarded in my book, because, I mean, where are you going to do 101 miles an hour with a side-by-side? I mean, I know some of you can answer that, and trust me, I could too. I have a Corvette Z06 sitting behind me. Trust me, I know. But but yeah, so besides the speed thing, I guarantee you, I think this thing would definitely win in a track course race, just because of the suspension setup. I mean, Honda made it so perfect that I can't even explain it. But the shocks, so I do believe there's 4 inches more on the front than the X, but guys, the shocks are Fox. They're Performance Series shocks, and like I said, they are great. Honda hit it right on the head. Let me talk about another con real quick. Front bumper Honda puts on these things from the factory is pretty useless. The aftermarket bumper that I just bought, you know, it comes up here. Sorry, I couldn't see my GoPro. It comes up here and all the way over to the front of the machine. Goes all over here. You can look at it online. They're like $200 or $300. I can't remember how much it was. I just added a whole bunch of shit to my cart and just bought it. But yeah, Honda, if you're watching this too, put a front bumper and a rear bumper on this thing that's actually worth a damn, please. Another pro that I noticed that any other machine that I've ever owned does not have are the headlights. Guys, these headlights are like stupid bright. You got 6 LEDs for low beams and 1 projector LED for high beam. you know, and that's on each side. I mean, it's bright. You don't even need a light bar. Paddle shifters. The way they have the DCT transmission set up, guys, so you have a few modes. So you have sport and automatic and manual. Now, when I am just kind of cruising around town, or cruising around town if I cruise on the road or cruise down a trail or something like that, and I'm not planning to hot shot it around, I'll use manual transmission mode, so I can so I just let the motor have a lower RPM while I travel. Guys, when you're in automatic mode or even sport mode, for some reason the transmission does not like the shift. It keeps it in a higher RPM, which, I mean, I understand it's expecting you to launch, you know, but if you're just chilling out and traveling, you know, it does not like to shift for some reason. That's one thing I don't like about it. But paddle shifters, I have no problem doing it myself, and I think it makes it a little more fun. Next thing I'm going to talk about, guys, this is major. So for you side-by-side guys that have never experienced this before, this thing has something called an four-wheel drive. So you push the button in. This thing does not have a diff. It has a diff lock, but it doesn't. So like most of your machines, if you have ever owned a side-by-side or a professional four-wheel, you know, like a Can-Am Outlander 1000 four-wheeler, most four-wheelers actually come with diff locks, and you have to push them in. You got to wait, you know, to take them out. You kind of got to wiggle the front wheels a little bit to get it to come out. I've had to do it all the time. I've had to do it with my Wolverine a lot. This thing here, so if it loses traction in one wheel, it's going to send power to the rest of the three. And if for some reason, you know, my right wheel starts spinning but the left wheel is not, it's going to send power to that left wheel and the right wheel, and that's automatically. I know my older generation guys that have been riding side-by-sides forever, I'll say the same thing as I know you're probably thinking in your head, Jordan, it's just something else to break. But guys, it is so nice not be able to have to do that anymore. You know, just let the machine do it itself. So how that works, how the four-wheel drive works, let me take the hood off here. I already had it unbolted, or unscrewed, sorry. So right here is an ABS system, and I'm pretty sure that's how it's controlled. I do like that Honda put the ABS system in this machine. I think it's very helpful. So I'm pretty sure that's how the four-wheel drive works, is through the ABS system. But I haven't seen if there is ABS sensors. I don't see any sensors. No, I don't see any sensors on this thing at all. I'm not sure how that will work, to be honest, but I'll look into that. Guys, let me talk about the fan. Honda did it right with this fan. They enclosed the fan and sealed it off. My Yamaha Wolverine, I had 2 fans go bad before I finally just said screw it and spent the $350 on an aftermarket sealed fan. Guys, this fan is great, and when it's on, it's quiet, so you barely even notice it. The radiator, the whole cooling system, Honda hit it right on the head. The radiator's huge. It's big, and I would kind of wish they had a little bit better cover for the radiator than a, you know, kind of a piece of crappy plastic. You know, that's another thing. You know, stick goes in there the wrong way, that radiator is gonna go bye-bye. So, but yeah, the cooling system's great. Not sure what else to really talk about, guys. It's just this machine. I love this machine. I'm gonna be doing more updates on it as I learn more about it. This is my first Talon. This is actually my first side-by-side or four-wheeler over a 700. And when I say it's fun, guys, believe me, it is so much fun. If you're in the market for a side-by-side and your budget is around the price that this thing is, I would go buy it. You know, shaft driven is so much better than clutch. You know, just like the X3 Turbo, they're belt driven. You're pretty much guaranteed to snap that belt pretty often. That's why they come with an extra one when you buy the machine. You know, but this thing here, if you wanted to snorkel it, it's one snorkel on one side, and you got a belt driven machine from there, and you ain't got to worry about water in your belt box. The only thing you got to be worried about is getting water in your machine. So it's a nice peace of mind not to, you know, get through half of I don't know, half of a pond that you're up on the dash, or you have water going through the dash, you know, and you flood your belt box. But guys, I think I'm going to end it there. And I think that, yeah, that's pretty much all I want to talk about. I'll do some more updates here soon and do some more ride videos. I do want to let you guys know, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving this Grom away. It is a 2018 Grom ABS 125. It only has, I believe, it's got 350 miles on it. It's a 2018. So guys, 1,000 subscribers, and I'm gonna be giving it away to one of y'all. All right guys, y'all have a good one. Enjoy your Saturday, enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you on the next one.